Yeah, we're here. Yes. Sheriff's office. It's safe to come out.
Yeah, he said it's safe to come out.
Now, we're not willing to take that risk right now. I can't hear you. We're not taking that risk right now. Okay, well, come to the door and look at my bag, bro.
No. Yeah, bro.
He said bro.
He said bro. Red flags.
Slow down, you're fine.
We got to talk about it, man. This is crazy. As you seen the video prior that I just played, this happened over in Pontiac, Michigan. Tuesday morning, the parents of a 15-year-old sophomore walked into Oxford High School to meet face to face with school officials who had grown concerned about their son's classroom behavior. 3 hours later, after the meeting started, according to law enforcement authorities, a student by the name of Ethan Crumbly walked into a school bathroom carrying a backpack, then came out the bathroom with a handgun and began firing. I just want to say rest in peace and condolences to the ones who lost their lives and the family of those who lost their lives. I believe it was 4 students. Uh, Athlete, a senior, I believe a 14 and a 15-year-old, man. Um, and I guess it was a bunch of stuff leading up to this. A bunch of warning signs that nobody really paid heed to, which led to uh this incident happening. Um, they say the dad purchased the handgun 4 days prior to him doing it. And then the simple fact that they were in school for his behavior right then and there, maybe they should have just took him home for that day. Maybe they should have just pulled him out of school completely till they got down to the bottom of this deeply rooted issue. I was watching an interview. They said that a lot of the students uh, had already had concerns, or at least one of the students said that he was just kind of weird acting in school. And then in that video, let me speak on that video too, because I ain't talked on that. I didn't touch on that. The fact that those kids were swift thinking, because it was said to be uh thought that Ethan, the shooter, was outside the door, and the kids were thinking that it was the shooter, so that he announced himself, said this is the sheriff's, and they were like, "Well, we're a little leery, we're not going out." And then when he said, "Bro," they like, "Oh no, that's a red flag. We out of here." Kudos to them, because listen, I saw the news clip where the sheriff actually confirmed that it actually was one of the sheriff's deputies at the door, and he used the word "bro" to kind of just I guess make them seem like more welcoming, like that was a welcoming word. But man, they would say, "Fuck that, we out of here," and I don't blame them. I would have hightailed the hell out of there too. Uh, so kudos to them, man. I think that was smart thinking. And you got to stay vigilant, man. And this is an unfortunate situation. Now, the route that I want to get to today is now they're talking about possibly charging to the parents, and that's what I really want to speak on today. Because listen, if you watch my channel, you know I'm an avid. I believe in the right to bear arms. Gun user, gun owner. Um, I got assortment of different firearms. And listen, I don't know how it is in other states to easily be able to purchase handguns. I know in New York State, especially Erie County. I'm not even gonna say New York State. I'm gonna say Erie County, which is in New York State, but the county that I live in is extremely, over the years has been difficult. I've been denied several times, You know, I had it when I was younger. I wind up losing it due to just some being stupid. Then I wind up getting it back. Uh, and then but I got denied prior to getting it back. I got denied twice, so I had to wait. But I had it early when I was young too. I was like the only person that had it, and just hanging with the wrong people. I wound up losing it. I got arrested, and then like I said, I applied two more times, and I got denied. And then I got it back recently, a couple of years ago. But so like I said, I believe I'd rather you have it on you than not on you. But it's situations like this that they use to implement uh, these rules and laws to make restrictions on gun owners. You know, because you get somebody like his pops, for instance, who's careless, who might have left the gun laying around, or I don't know if he gave him the password to the safe, or he wasn't too in tune to the feelings of his child. So, his son did the unthinkable. But my question is, do you think the parents should be charged? Because that's what they're talking about doing. They're talking about charging the parents. Uh, and ultimately, listen, we know that the parents didn't go in that school and do what he did, but at some are they at fault somehow? Because the firearm was accessible to the child for the child to get. It's tough. It's tough. And I know how that works. They want to. It's a fresh situation. They Everybody's to blame. You know, we gonna blame Ethan because he was actually one that pulled the trigger, and then you gotta place blame because how would he get the firearm? So I get it. It's a blame game. Uh, and it might be careless if they do an investigation and they find like it was just negligence and carelessness to how the gun was retrieved. Yeah, then maybe it should be a charge there to just negligence or whatnot. But charging them for the homicide, no, because they didn't go into school unless it's evidence that shows that hey, they were helping in orchestrating this. Then no, but no, I don't think the parents should be charged at all. At least not for murder. Like I said, if it's a negligent charge, if you left the firearm, but that's how they do it too, man. Like you go to them states down there, where it's easier to it's easily more accessible to purchase a firearm. Dude, they had they guns sitting in cup holders. I got a buddy that stays down in Georgia in this open carry state, and they be having his guns on the counters and just in the cup holders. And one time he got too drunk and he had left his gun in the car, the rental I had when I was visiting down here, and I had to been to see it. I was like, yo, when I was taking, I'm like, what the hell? Like, that's just how it be in certain states, man. And I think certain states when you get it, it's just that easily accessible. I think it's like I'm not gonna say they more responsible, but it's kind of just like everybody got it. You know what I'm saying? And when it's something everybody's doing or everybody has, it's just like it's like a norm. So when you come to a state like this, and you see somebody with it, and it's super liberal up here, especially in Buffalo, it's just like, oh my god, like you gotta, why do even if you got a concealed carry. So, but to get back to my point, no, I don't think the parents should be charged, at least not for murder. Listen, if if my child or my significant other goes out and decides to do something destructive and cause harm to somebody, ultimately that's on them. If they weren't coerced and told to do this, that's on them. It's unfortunate, but we can't do that. Let's look at the Travis Scott Astro incident, for instance. Um, Tragic situation. Condolences to everybody that lost their lives there, but it became a situation to where everybody is pointing the blame at him, her, them. Everybody wants to blame Travis Scott. Everybody wants to blame uh, the law enforcement. Everybody wants to blame security. But nobody wants to blame or find out the actual people who caused these deaths. The people who were running and trampling over people when they seen people laying on the ground and decided to run and trample over and still proceed at doing so. Those are the people that should be blamed for their actions. Travis Scott is a performer. He got paid to perform. Uh, and then that he's a performer. His management team or his handlers handle making sure security is intact and doing all this. But ultimately, his job is to go there and perform. And I understand, yes, you lost your kid life. Yeah, you should sue the fuck out of everybody. But ultimately, you can't. Travis Scott is entertainer. That's what he's there for. If you went to see Michael Jackson and you got trampled or you fanning, Michael Jackson is a performer. Would you blame Michael Jackson? He's on stage to do his job. And I've seen concerts back in the day, people fan and all kinds of crazy stuff happen on. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? At some point, everybody has to take the blame. It is what it is. But you got to come when cooler heads prevail. You got to realize, like, you know what? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to this show to see because my kid wanted to go, or I didn't know it was gonna be like this. Things got out of hand. It sucked. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you really don't know who to blame in that situation. Me personally, I don't think Travis Scott was solely at fault. Uh, at the end of the day, it was his event, so maybe he does have some blame, but I don't think like everybody's blaming solely him. And he's a performer. I'm a rapper. If I go to a show and something happened in the audience, violent, that ain't my fault. I'm performing. I didn't shoot the person or do this. I'm there to get paid and do my job. And yes, I'm going to try to implement and tell people to be safe and try to play a less aggressive song or something at the end of the night. You know, but at the end of the day, that's up to security's job to maintain the peace and the people at the door to pat people down and make sure they ain't got drugs or whatever. But I'm running off on a tangent, but I just feel like in this situation with the shooting, um, I don't know. Listen, like, once they do the investigation, but right now, as it stands, I don't see what you would charge the parents for, unless it was like some negligent stuff. But as far as murder, nah. Ethan he gotta bite this himself, man. Fortunate situation, man. Like I said, condolences to everybody involved. But I'm interested to hear what anybody else says about this. And it's okay to disagree with me. Just post it in the comments. You know, I'll be in the comments too, chopping it up. I want to see what people how people really feel about the situation. Uh, Post it below. Peace.